2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Hornets out in Charlotte. And for Charlotte, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Oh, okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
A lot going on here in the Queen City. There's Tryon Street in uptown Charlotte, home of the Hornets. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. You look at Detroit coming off that loss against Philadelphia, and that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And that can happen on the road. You can get a little bit tight, and often it really shows itself at the free throw line.
And as the visiting team, you're already behind the 8 ball. Can't afford to give up opportunities like that.
Smitty, when you were playing, did you ever hope for the team to make a trade to address something, you know, whatever it could be, on the floor or off the floor?
You know, I think, Kevin, the good thing is I wasn't afraid to talk to management and also talking to coaching staffs on what we needed. Not per se who needed to be traded, but I think just the areas where we were missing. And a lot of times when you have that relationship and you're captain of the team, which I was most of my organizations, where you had to voice what you think the team needed. A lot of times they didn't listen, Kevin, but at least I had to voice my opinion.
It seems like a family, isn't it, Steve? And sometimes there's a fit and sometimes there isn't a fit.
Yeah, and you know, it's tough when you get a chance to see some of those guys that are traded that really didn't want to be traded. That's the part of the business that you don't like.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Detroit, the athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Wayne Ellington is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Robinson in at the small forward. Shot by Zeller, no good. Inside, here's Griffin. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
That's right, Kevin. Now you see where the game changes from where it used to be. He said tonight they've got to get back, and if that means giving up offensive rebounds, so be it. He thinks good transition defense is the biggest difference in their chance at winning. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
He has the ability to get hit, stay up in the air, and to finish the play. That's Blake Griffin.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Walker kicks to Monk. Back to Walker. 5 on the clock. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Now here's Jackson. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Drummond trying to get himself free. Right side, Griffin. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Griffin's got 6.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
Walker with it. Robinson picks him up. Bridges misses. Pistons have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Ellington inside the three-point line. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Monk, the pass to Walker. Kidd-Gilchrist against Griffin. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And a look at the recent power rankings. Some interesting stories here in the early part of December. You take a look at the 76ers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And the Hornets, they're happy with this latest stretch of games. This is the time of year for optimism. At this point, anything is possible.
And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. And stolen by Zeller. Fast break now for Charlotte. Up the floor. Here's Bridges. A second chance effort. A nice shot by Zeller.
No one rotating over to help on the mismatch. Easy lay-in.
Detroit leading by 4. Jackson finds Griffin. Shoots over Kidd-Gilchrist. Outside for Robinson. Hands the shot from the wing.
His teammate was wide open there. Definitely the right choice to pass it out and let him take the shot.
Jackson against Walker. Down low, Bridges. Ellington grabs the miss. The Pistons have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Robinson up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s, how about up into the 60s.
Charlotte making a switch here. Hernan Gomez is checked in, and a switcher also for Detroit. Galloway's checked in, and Walker kicks to Monk. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Griffin on him. Count that one. Monk's got his first basket of the night. And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor and, more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim.
Working every day to develop his skills. Drummond with a nice finish inside.
Walker the pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. To the middle. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got his second basket of the night.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Now here's Griffin. 20 points for him last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And you know, another way he impacted the game was forcing turnovers. Really disrupted the offensive flow.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Now, here's Kidd-Gilchrist. He's coming off a 19-point game against New York. Shot's good by Walker.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Galloway kicks to Kennard. Some solid defense from Kidd-Gilchrist.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Walker with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Here's Hernan Gomez. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Pass to Pachulia. And Pachulia with the dunk.
The highest percentage shot on the floor. Zaza likes to get his points at the rim.
Zeller dishes to Monk. Charlotte moving it around. And Walker kicks to Hernan Gomez. Back to Walker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Walker's got 8 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside Griffin. On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Walker. With his first shot attempt, Jackson misses.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Outside, Walker. Now the pass to Hernan Gomez. Got it. Good job in the low post. Now just a 2-point Piston lead.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Galloway kicks to Jackson. Lets a floater go, and it goes down 2 points. Jackson's got his first bucket in this one.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Charlotte calls timeout. Smitty, when you were playing, the league tinkered with the distance of the three-point line. Given the emphasis on perimeter offense now, should they consider moving it further out?
Kevin, please not. No way. Guys are shooting it 4, 5 feet behind the line already. Now if you move it back, then they're going to move back to half court.
I know.
Keep the line the way it is right now. I like it the way it is right now.
It's enough of a challenge, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Kaminsky is checked in for Zeller. Batum comes in for Kid Gilchrist. Lamb is checked in for Monk. And Parker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Now here's Lamb. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. And Detroit has possession. 4-point game. Here's Pachulia. It's blocked, but they recover it.
Already his second foul here in the first makes it a tough decision whether to leave him in or not.
Pistons have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And the first one drops.
It's interesting. So many big, bruising centers in the league who can't shoot free throws, but Pachulia's actually pretty good at it.
And Pachulia drops them both.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Hornets trail by 6. Parker kicks to Lamb. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And here is Lamb. 6 on the shot clock. Hernan Gomez finds Batum. Rebound by Smith.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Kennard. No good with the triple. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Batum attacking. 2 points. That one goes.
It was clear that the defender wanted no part of that play after he exploded towards the bucket.
Pistons leading by 4. Smith outside. Pass to Galloway. Here's Kennard. All sorts of time. And that one good.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Especially on the road. You're hoping for any extra contributions. But for a couple of stretches, there, the backups control the game.
Here's Kennard. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Kennard's got his second bucket of the night. Hornets trail by 6. Lamb with the ball, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Galloway offline with his 3.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Batum attacking, and he gets the bucket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The Hornets shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in, and a switcher also for Detroit. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Langston Galloway.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Now here is Smith, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kennard's shot is off. Hornets trail by 3.
The Detroit Pistons hoping for continued development from their young players. Recent seasons, some pretty high draft picks. They need those guys to make an impact.
Here's Smith. Miles Bridges picking up that last basket. Pachulia the pass to Kennard. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first. And Lure gets it to go. Now here's Parker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. He kicks to Lamb. Pass to Kaminsky. Basket counts. Kaminsky's got his first bucket of the night.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And there's the pass to Lure. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Kennard over Parker, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Outside for Batum. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Now Lamb. There's Parker with the 3, and it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
What a 3 at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
A little joke right at the buzzer.
And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, you know, in this era, everybody likes the three-point shot. I like their commitment to pounding the ball inside.
Charlotte in the lead. On the floor for Detroit, Lure and Drummond together down low. Ish Smith is out there with Wayne Ellington, and it's Robinson in at the 3 slot. Now here's Kaminsky. 8 points his last outing. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Andre Drummond with the wingspan of 7'6". It's going to be hard to get it over him.
Here's Robinson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Robinson's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Detroit. Parker against Smith. Lamb dishes to Parker. Over Smith. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Parker's got the lead up to 1 now for Charlotte. It's Drummond, high post. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Andre Drummond, an incredible combination of size and athleticism. Steve, any players that he reminds you of?
You know, a young Dwight Howard. He's also been compared to a more athletic Moses Malone. Drummond's rebounding numbers back that up.
No good on that one. Steve, we talk a lot about team defense, but who in your mind are some of the best on-ball defenders in the game now?
Kawhi Leonard is fantastic. Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart, Draymond Green does a nice job. Even Klay Thompson, he's asked to guard a whole bunch of different guys. The list goes on and on of guys being able to slide their feet without fouling. It's beautiful to watch.
And stolen by Ellington. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. And here are the Hornets now after the basket by Detroit. To the inside. And Robinson that time on the assist by Ellington. And it's a 6-point Piston lead.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Parker kicks to Bridges. Shot to stop the run. And too long on the shot. Pistons leading by 6. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Count that bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
For Charlotte, they've gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Parker against Smith. And here is Parker. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Robinson with the block. Now it's Griffin running. Here we go. Sailing in. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And just building on to the lead, extending it, trying their best to put this one away.
You sense the game has a number of ways it can go. All you can do is your very best at that moment.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Smitty, Blake Griffin last season acquired by Detroit at mid-year. How do you like the fit for him with the Pistons?
You know, they needed a playmaker and a shot creator. Also gives them some star power. Putting fans in the seats, that matters.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Zeller, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Monk comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Kemba Walker in for Tony Parker. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Detroit. Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. To stop the drought. Here's Zeller. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Hornets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Well, the NBA's had 3 referee crews for quite a while. Steve, do you think adding a 4th ref would help in any way?
No, I think it'll get a little bit crowded on the floor. I would love to see, I know they won't go back, I love the 2 referee situation. I look at it right now, referee A calls a call, referee B calls a call. It just feels like referee C has to make the next call or get up far as even with the other referees. I would love to see them go back to a 2 referee situation.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Jackson against Walker. Now here's Zeller. Defense is right there. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Detroit making a switch here. Galloway's checked in.
One shot.
And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
The alley-oop layup, very well done.
The agile feet of Drummond. He's like a dancing bear out there. Nice roll off the pick.
Walker against Jackson. Walker goes in the corner. It's Kid Gilchrist. Here's Bridges. Hits it from three-point range. Bridges has got 5 now.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Pass to Drummond. Down low. Here's Griffin. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Hornets trail by 8. Monk with the ball. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Knicks in New York. Zeller finds Walker. Those three-pointers off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
With the shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for Detroit.
And the front line carrying the load offensively. They always say reward the big men and credit the guards for getting them the ball and enabling these guys to fill it up.
He's off on the first.
He entered the league with high expectation. Drummond made a lot of mistakes early, as one would expect. Now starting to come into his own.
And he's good on the second.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Now here's Walker. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Knicks in New York.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable. Using his height advantage, he gets a clean look from the mid-range.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Oh, Griffin in position, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
If I'm Blake Griffin, I'm telling my teammate, throw it higher. I'll go get it.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Inside, here's Zeller. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Jackson against Walker. The baseline J. Outside for Griffin. No good on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about the balance and focus? Knock Bridges around all you want, but he is determined to score.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Charlotte. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Kennard's checked in. And that one falls for Bridges. Smitty, you had an unbelievable career. Was there any chance or opportunity that you did not take that you wish you had?
You know, Kevin, is three of them. One, I had a chance to be traded to the New York Knicks. I always wondered what it would be like to play in New York. They call that the Mecca. I didn't take that chance. I think second was to get a chance to play overseas at the end of my career. I think those are the two things that I wish I had a chance to go back. I would make a different choices.
Here's Griffin. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Griffin's got 12 now in this quarter. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Trailing here by 8. To the paint. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best. In third, the Hornets.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for the Hornets. Then for the Pistons, Pachulia comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's John Lure in for Blake Griffin. Pistons leading by 5. To the wing on the left. Here's Kennard. Fresh 24 for the Pistons. That's tipped. Now here's Walker. 14 points for him. Knocked away. Here's Hernan Gomez with the tip. And Pachulia pulls it down.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
To the inside, Jackson. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got his 4th assist in this one.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Shots good by Walker.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Hernan Gomez.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Now here's Jackson. Up top, Pachulia. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The strength of Zaza, able to complete the play and will now go to the line for one more.
The Pistons have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. The free throw drops for Pachulia. And here are the Hornets now. 6-point game. And Walker kicks to Lamb. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen and went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Walker against Jackson. Shoots over Walker. Jackson misses.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
And a wide open look for Lamb. And that one is off. And it's Detroit the other way. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second foul. You don't want to pick up his third in this half. We'll see if they'll make a substitution or not.
And the Pistons with possession here. They lead by 4. Pachulia, good. Pachulia's got his third bucket of the night.
As you can imagine, this is where Zaza gets most of his points, right in that painted area.
Walker against Smith. Walker the pass to Lamb. Shot's good by Hernangomez. Hernangomez has got 8.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Smith surveying the D. Now Pachulia. 9 points in the game so far. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go. And the Pistons lead by 6.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
And Walker kicks to Lamb. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Guys, Jeremy Lamb, 2 years at UConn, drafted by the Thunder, but he's come into his own with the Hornets.
Yeah, and what some exec call the second draft, finding young players who, for whatever reason, haven't been able to make an impact with their first team. Sometimes that change of scenery and ability to mature can do wonders for a player.
Zeller inside. Pachulia covering. And the dunk by Zeller.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
Walker against Smith. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now, here is Smith. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And Lure kicks to Jackson. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Hernangomez. Batum comes in for Monk. And Parker subbed in for Walker. Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Pistons. That one misses. Charlotte trailer. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Batum dishes to Zeller. Parker with it. Guarded now by Jackson. That puts them in the lead. 9 points for Lamb.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Jackson. It's tipped, and they're able to recover. Goes back up. Here's Lamb. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Dwayne, good shooting from your guys in the first half, but still trailing. What's the focus going forward?
We're in the game offensively, but offensively is not an issue right now. Defensively is where our issues are right now. We've got to get stops. We got to get that defensive identity back and not be concerned about the offensive end. Yes, we need to score, but you will never win in this league if you don't get stops.
Case, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Kemba Walker was the story in the first quarter. He ended up with 19 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Walker and Monk are the guard tandem. Bridges out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Zeller in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with. Now, here's Monk. 6 to shoot. It's up a 3. Bridges misses. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 1. Here's Pachulia. And Pachulia with the dunk. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Jackson against Walker. Kicks to Monk. That one drops for him. Monk's got the lead up to 1 now for Charlotte.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Here's Griffin. Pachulia, good. Pachulia's got 13.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Walker surveying the floor. Here's Monk. A three-pointer, no good. And, well, Detroit shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Ellington inside the three-point line. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Great play calling. The execution, 3 for 3 to start the half.
And it's Walker penetrating. Kidd-Gilchrist trying to free himself up. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Andre Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. And Walker kicks to Bridges. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Bridges has got the game tied up here for Charlotte.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 20. Bobbed up there for Drummond. The shot, no good.
And the play looked good there for a second, just couldn't finish.
Well, the pass has to be on point. Then the catch and flush just doesn't work out here.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Here's Drummond. Outside for Jackson. In the corner, it's Robinson. Good on the three-point shot. 11 points in the game.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
Charlotte calls timeout. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
Yeah, because he's been killing them all night. They are struggling to find an answer.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Zeller.
And let's take a look at Michael Kidd-Gilchrist's numbers. His last 10 games, he's putting up 9 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Now here's Kaminsky. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Walker in the post. Jackson on him. And Walker kicks to Bridges. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 6th assist on the night.
The jumper Bridges has is wet, demonstrating how lethal he is from his spots on the court.
And that one's good. Griffin, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Jackson against Walker. No good from outside. The Pistons leading. At the elbow, it's Robinson. That's tipped.
He has the length to send shots back. I like seeing Bridges make his presence felt on this end.
And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him. Langston Galloway's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Pistons on defense. They've led by as much as 10. Walker the pass to Bridges. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Bridges has got 15 points.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, hitting a much higher percentage.
Galloway kicks to Ellington. Left side, Griffin. And that's off the glass and in. Griffin's got 24 points.
Blake is okay with the catch-and-shoot jump shot, looking comfortable.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. And stolen by Ellington. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. The Pistons have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Here's Walker. 21 points in the game. Pass to Monk from downtown. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Walker. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Knocked away. Griffin with the steal. There's Galloway. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at Detroit. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance. And, of course, the Hornets, a half game back.
And checking out Charlotte, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
I'm sure they do, because it's obvious that the way this team is currently constructed just isn't working. Changes have to be made, and they can't wait too long to make them.
Here's Walker, following the basket by Blake Griffin, and stolen by Drummond. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Very good anticipation. He has quick hands, and Andre snatching that one jump starts the fast break.
Bridges kicks to Walker. Griffin with the steal. Pass to Robinson. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 3 assists in the game.
This is what separates Blake from most power forwards. Terrific playmaking ability.
And here we go. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Now here's Walker. 21 points in the game. He kicks it to Kaminsky. To the middle. Griffin with the steal. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And a switcher also for Detroit. Ish Smith, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. Smith with it. Hernan Gomez covering. Poked loose. Smith finds Galloway. This one for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Galloway has got himself on the board with 3 there.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Parker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Such a great player for so long, Tony Parker. I remember when he first entered the league. Fast, raw, and full of energy. And so erratic, he made Pop pull out his hair.
Free throw drops in for Tony Parker. And Smitty, speaking of Parker, didn't take him long to acclimate not only to the Spurs, but to the entire NBA.
Yes, I saw him as a rookie. I played with him. He led the Spurs in steals and assists, was named to the all-rookie first team, went on to become one of the best point guards in the league for over a decade.
Williams with the block. Batum wide open, he fires. And the Hornets miss again.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in, and Detroit with a change here too. Calderon's checked in. Hornets on defense now. It's a 13-point game. It's stolen by Lamb. And Lamb with a clear path to the hoop. Feeds to Zeller. And the shot goes down. Zeller's got 10.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
Pistons leading by 11. Ball's knocked loose. And Parker, here we go. Count it.
Right there, the body control of Parker. You see the adjustment after contact for the potential and 1.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line. The Pistons making a change here. Pachulia's checked in. And Tony Parker, no good on that one.
Popovich has done a great job of developing Tony Parker's entire game, and you're seeing it right now at the free throw line.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And while we have a chance, here are the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season. 5th on the list, the Hornets.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
That free throw, no good. He hits the 2nd from the line. And here's Smith. There's the pass to Lure. Now here's Pachulia. Pass to Drummond. Over Zeller. And that one's good. Drummond's got 16.
I like that Drummond has become more in control of his offensive game, and the defense is running out of answers.
Batum passes to Lamb. Rebound by the Pistons. Pachulia's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Lure can't hit. Hornets trail by 10. Here's Batum, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Detroit gets called for the foul. And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Both free throws good from Batum. So it's Detroit now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Smith kicks to Jackson. A floater. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
For Charlotte, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. The free throw drops for Lamb. Thon Maker's checked in for Langston Galloway. He's perfect from the line this time.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
That's tipped. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Jackson.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
Robinson's checked in for Thon Maker. Pachulia with it. 13 points in the game. Smith kicks to Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls it up. That one off the back iron and out. And here's Charlotte stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And the dunk by Zeller.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Pistons have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. .131 left in the third. Trying his luck deep. Here's Pachulia, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Cody Zeller.
And there's the experience of Pachulia, catching the defender off balance.
First one falls for him. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Hornets trail by 6. Batum for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Batum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you can see the break slowed down for him to kind of pick his spot. And boy, was he open.
Smith with it. He's picked up by Parker. Outside Robinson. Outside Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Detroit, no good that time either.
Tough night for him shooting the basketball, but this team has been resilient. That's why they hold the lead.
Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Lamb.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, reason why they have found their shooting stroke. Their offense is clicking.
Here's Jackson, following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. Smith outside. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Robinson misses.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
Batum against Jackson. Now here's Lamb. He's got 13. Stolen by Robinson. Can't hit that one. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Pistons ahead, up 1. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The Pistons lead it, and on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. We've got Reggie Jackson. John Lure's out there with Robinson. Then there's Wayne Ellington, and it's Pachulia in at the 5. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Jackson misses.
You know, he really is forcing it right now. This has been a frustrating night for him.
Parker against Jackson. And Parker, here we go. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, there you go. Just at the point in Parker's career where he's driving less, he surprises the defense and draws the foul.
Free throw drops in for Tony Parker. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Charlotte. And Parker drops them both. Now Jackson. Kicks to Lure. Jackson against Parker. Looking to end his cold spell. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Jackson.
Able to switch gears at a moment's notice. Jackson beating his man off the dribble.
Parker outside. Passes to Hernan Gomez. On the wing, Lamb. Guarded by Robinson. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Ellington. Jackson dishes to Pachulia. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's foul number 2 for him. Bridges, he's checked in for Lamb. Griffin's checked in for the Pistons. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the New York Knicks. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And that one against the Pistons.
There aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Hands it from downtown.
He is starting to build up a little confidence. Hit just 1 3 in the entire first half, but he has hit 2 more since then.
Jackson kicks to Pachulia. Outside Robinson. The 10-footer. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And that's 28 points for Blake Griffin.
I like that good read by Griffin. Big time score with versatility.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. Charlotte making a switch here. Walker's checked in. And a switch here also for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. And so he hits both. Here's Jackson. Outside Robinson. Bridges with the steal. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Bridges. Walker's got 23 points.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Now here's Jackson. Pulls it from the elbow. And there's another one for the Pistons.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
Charlotte leading by 4. Outside, Walker. Parker outside. Down low, Bridges. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
A dangerous score from just about every area. Bridges very good at capitalizing in a number of ways.
You know, watching Miles Bridges, he just brings so much energy to the team.
High motor guy, very aggressive. A bit of a tweener, which in a positionless world could be a good thing. Explosive, strong, athletic. I think his best basketball is ahead of him.
Pistons trail by 7. And here's Jackson. Outside for Robinson. From the wing. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Now here's Walker. The shot's good from Monk. And the Hornets lead by 8.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Stolen by Walker. Here's Bridges. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Bridges has got 15 points here in the second half.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Detroit making a switch here. Galloway's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys.
Monk, the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Ellington. Here's the 3. Trains the three-pointer.
He is really shouldering the load on the offensive end and doing an outstanding job. But he needs the rest of his team to step up.
Jackson against Walker. In the corner, it's Monk. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Monk's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hornets.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Galloway kicks to Griffin. Here's Galloway to the middle. Here's Drummond. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Taking a hit, completing the play. Drummond with the excellent body control there.
There's the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Bridges. Kid Gilchrist against Griffin. 4 on the clock. Griffin with some nice D.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Offensive rebound. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Now, here's Monk. Walker finds Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Over Jackson, and Jackson with the block.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
You have to be a solid defender with Blake Griffin. You can't body him up because he'll go through you. Can't give him too much room because he'll knock it down.
Here's Walker following the basket by Blake Griffin. Bridges with it. Monk, the pass to Bridges. Jackson has the open look. Again, the Pistons score. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They've led by as much as 10. Dishes it to Kid Gilchrist. He kicks to Zeller. Walker in the corner. They can't stop the run with that one.
You know what? He tried to lay it in at the point of attack. Just too much defensive pressure on that play.
Outside Jackson. Passes it to Griffin. Outside Jackson to take the lead. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got his 4th assist in this one. Jackson against Walker. To the left side wing. Monk, no one around him. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And you see the improvement in that mid-range game by Monk. He really wants to be a knockdown threat from all 3 levels on the floor.
Now here's Jackson. Drummond with it. And Zeller picks him up defensively. Griffin against Kid Gilchrist. It's good on the putback.
The league leader in offensive rebounds on multiple occasions. Drummond doing it again.
Bridges shot. Good.
Ever since halftime, he's had his eyes on the basket and just crushing it right now.
Detroit's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Jackson kicks to Drummond. He dishes it to Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
Blake leaves you speechless. His dunks are out of this world.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Walker goes in. Bridges. And he banks in the layup. Bridges has got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
And memo to the rest of the team, continue to get him the basketball. He's clearly delivering here in the 4th.
And they double up Jackson. Kicks to Galloway. Here's Ellington. Here's Drummond. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Charlotte calls timeout.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Langston Galloway. Charlotte's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Shots good by Walker. Walker's got 25 points in the game.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Drummond finds Griffin. No good with the triple. The Hornets shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Monk, the pass to Bridges. And Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
The Pistons trail it. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. They double him with Drummond. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Griffin on him. And Walker kicks to Bridges. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And now a 5-point Hornets lead.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Now here's Jackson. Griffin down low. Hernan Gomez covering. Here's Drummond. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
In attack mode, Drummond getting aggressive as the game heats up.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Charlotte leading by 3. Here's Monk. Nailed from three-point land.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points in chunks.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
When you put a smaller player on Blake, he has the ability to drive it, draw contact, and get to the free throw line.
Shoot 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 5.
They needed more from him there. Any point they can get is absolutely critical for them right now.
Jackson against Walker to the left side wing. Here's Hernan Gomez and the powerful one-handed slam.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. Outside Griffin. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
These are moments in the game where Blake needs to step up, and he did.
Jackson against Walker. The feed now to Zeller. Here's Monk. It's Drummond with the rebound. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Walker. Oh, and here comes Monk all alone. And then Monk with the dunk.
Yeah, smart heads-up defense by Walker, setting up the break. He's so good at coming up with those steals without putting himself or his team at risk.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 7. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Robinson finds Smith. There's the three. Hornets with the rebound. Outside, Batum. And so it's Charlotte with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Tony, what was going good for you offensively tonight?
I think the ball movement was great tonight, but I think the main thing for us is to play great defense. Defensively, we have to be at our best, and everybody has to help, and I think tonight we did a great job.
Really got it going when you needed to. Thanks, Tony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.